Action.
You can start us off since you said action.
I got you, bro. From the teacher experience to the
Assalamu
Got this,
alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother fumbled the bag already. We're gonna let him start again. Go ahead.
from the teacher experience.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. You know, if you say wa alaikum salam, like you can actually like reverse it. Like, I can come to you and be like wa alaikum salam. You have to say salam alaikum.
Let's stick to the beginning.
All right, but assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. From the teacher experience.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
That's y'all. That's not me.
I don't know. Hit him.
From a teacher experience to a bird's experience.
Where do you get birds from?
Because the bird is like the signified humanity.
MashaAllah. Let's start off right. I think he was high like a
I think you fly like a bird. But the tagline said properly. From a teacher experience for a student's experience, forming your lifetime experiences. But today's topic, after we recorded the last video, we were kind of sitting down and we were just, we kind of had a little talk. And we're going to tell you guys, we should have been told you guys, like, the intention of this podcast or whatever you want to call it. But eventually, we're kind of slowly trying to transition out and not just always talk about, like, island core stuff. But one of the things that we were talking about is, like, kind of like a disclaimer in a way, because, we're going to island course, of course, and, like, some of you might watch these videos and be like, these are island course students? Yes, we are. Maybe not this guy. I mean, no, he's a mufti already. But, like, one of the things that one of them brought up was basically, we're going to island course for a bit of time, a couple hours. But the bulk of our, let's say, experiences is from, like, coming out and, like, dealing with the world and dealing with people. So, really what we want to talk about is, like, what island course is not. And then hopefully, inshallah, from there, like, we'll start talking about some ideas that this guy has. Right?
I got one right now.
No. Save that one for next time. If it's about birds, keep it to yourself.
What came first, the egg or the bird?
You keep thinking about that. But really one of the things that I want to talk about was, I feel like there's this thing where people think, when you go to island course, you become kind of
Nice.
I don't know how to put it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, all that, but
religious.
Yeah, that too. But it's like, I don't know.
Oh, he's pious. Let's not do it.
Kind of like that, but I feel like, you know what I'm
Too
trying to say?
rich for us.
Man, I'm stuck.
Like they try to outcast you or something?
Not outcast you, but damn,
It's not there, bro. Just go next topic.
it's not coming.
Religious.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah, but
Enthusiastic.
I mean, I think the chefs are enthusiastic. You ever seen a depressed chef?
They always crying. That's how I with him, brother. They crying.
Yeah. Okay, I think I got it this time. It's like a disclaimer. Where was I going with this, bro? I lost my whole train of thought.
It's the birds, man. You can rub that mad, bro.
That did not help at all.
Oh, I thought you were. They are weird, dude.
Okay, back to the question.
What is no way, man?
But it was basically what island course is not, right? I don't know where my train of thought is today. But, I mean, I don't know. People expect when you go to island course, next thing you know, you're like the chef. And I think one of the things we were talking about in this discussion before was like how people expect you to be, I guess in a way you can say religious, And like you're this other person. I mean, like I said in the beginning, it's like you watch us. And you might get the opinion like, these guys, they might not be island course students or whatever. But this is the disclaimer to let you know, like, we're island course students. We're not those island course students.
You're a typical island course student.
There you go.
Yeah, we're we're not your typical island course students. We're different, in a way.
What you mean by that, bro?
We're different. Like,
How we different?
I mean,
You don't even know. You can
because
say
you know why? Because we experience stuff,
what we experience.
some stuff. Everybody experience something. You experience
What's some stuff?
You ain't never experienced nothing in
Yeah.
this whole first year over there.
What I experience?
I think the point we're trying to get across is the fact that most typical, I would say, island course classes is you're bored, you stay there. But for us, the difference is you stay in the class for a couple of hours, then you go right back into the road. the world. For so when you're in the class, you have that you're in the environment you wanna like change, but you're only there like for a couple of hours and you're thrown right back in the world. So as the typical Encore students, they're there. Most of the time they'll get off for like a month or two, but us, we go there for several hours and you're back out. So I feel like that's the main difference. Even I would say even the regular Encore student, uh, people just think like they're always serious. Like, oh, he's a sheikh. He can't be laughing. Like they think of like as someone like that can't do anything in life. They think like he's like masoom or something, like he can't. There's always everyone has, whether a sheikh or mufti, there's always something hidden that they know is between them and Allah. Something that they might be doing. Maybe they're trying to improve. Maybe they're trying to change. And sometimes they might just be what they consider sin might not be the same as I'm talking about sheikhs and stuff. What they consider sin might be different from what we consider sin, but in their head they're still committing sins that they're trying to move away from.
What you said just brought it back to me. Yeah, that was like one of the main reasons for this podcast. Is like it's that most people, even us youngsters, it's hard for us to like approach scholars, you know, just because of that kind of role. They're too religious, they're too pious, like. But y'all might not see it, but like they also have like their group of friends too. Like they're chilling just like us. I think that's a lot of times that's the main thing that people don't really see, and like they don't really want to go to a person and scholar and be like, I want to tell you anything. Because the same thing with us. Remember when we first started with Molana, like we were kind of like
for y'all, so wow.
yeah, that's me. We're still flying with the birds. But like after now, like it's like someone that like we find out he's like chill, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's like the main thing. So that's the point that we want to get across is like don't think that scholars and people trying to gain knowledge are like these religious robots and angels. Like of course they're pious, but it's like they're still human. They not want to say they have feelings, of course they have feelings, but approach them and talk to them and really just try to go up to them because of course they're gonna want to talk to you too. Yeah. But you know, you've always been cool with them. What's your 2 cents on this?
If a scholar, if you're scared to approach a scholar, right, or a scholar thinks he's too high to be approached by anybody, one, he's arrogant, and most scholars aren't arrogant because they should know the consequences that come with being arrogant. So if you go to a scholar, they're probably y'all basically the same. That's how he would think. He would not think of you as any lower than him, and you shouldn't think of him as any higher than you. Obviously, he's higher than you in ranks, you know, but he's not going to think of it like that. Most scholars that I know of don't. So,
That's true.
not
Because,
arrogant.
because me, I wasn't like a type of person to go up to scholar and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? But once I started doing it, I'm like, yo, this scholar is actually a friendly guy. Like, hey, it's like somebody from the block. You know
I'm saying, like,
Like,
what's up,
bro,
bro?
like, come on, what's up, gang? You know, I'm like, I mean, not that, but you feel me? But you get it. You know what I'm saying? You get
Most
like,
definitely hit you with the SNL.
yeah, so like, you know, not all that. But I'm like, wow, he's actually a cool dude. He's a legit man. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I never really.
He's a legit man.
He's a
Legit, as in like, you feel me? Like,
No,
he's valid, bro. I'm like,
No,
wow,
I think
that's
that
crazy.
one reason, and I feel like this is especially like people like us, like when we saw Amkosh young, I feel like more youth,
You know?
or youth,
Okay, there you go.
yeah, because I feel like just like how you're saying this is like if we're in the environment and you're saying that like sometimes you feel like even until now you might go to someone and you still like can't feel the connection. But I feel like when you start young, I feel like sometimes you might think it's easier, but I feel like you have more pressure because most youth are not going to go to them because they're like, I can't share anything with them because even they think they're like too pure. But like I feel like if like a youth comes right now and he has like a problem, he'll most likely if he sees like an older chef and like someone like to you're comfortable with him. No, like they see a student of knowledge, they'll rather come to them because they feel like, especially like knowing where we came from, most of the people here know us in the community. They're gonna feel more comfortable coming to people like us and asking us a question.
But no, that's good though. That's good though. They have that kind of not fear, but like respect and reverence for that scholar. So if you do have that feeling when you're like afraid to or shy to approach a scholar, that's good. In my opinion, because you should have that reverence.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's a friend of Allah. You know, that's what a friend of Allah. You know what happened with Jesus.
And that's also like another thing. Another thing that Alan course is not is, of course, like isn't seeking knowledge. But one thing that just came in my head is like, of course, seeking knowledge is one of the things, but the more important thing is like changing yourself in a way. Because your teacher can see if you're like gaining knowledge. Like you'll come in and you're learning stuff and you'll take the test. But the main thing is that's not what's gonna like help you become a. I mean, yeah, in a way, the knowledge will help you become better person. But it's like that inner change and growth that's gonna help you. That even your teacher might not see. How can your teacher like or your Molana test you on your spirituals or like your inner good or whatever? That's what Alan course really is. And you're really having to do that outside of class by yourself. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like your teacher can test you on every like Arabic, Nahu, stuff, and all these different things. How can your teacher see that? Oh, this guy, let's see, he's praying, or do you think he doesn't know? Because once you're out of class, you're out of class. So really, that's what Alan course really is, like being able to get outside that environment and having that knowledge to know that if you're doing something wrong, it's wrong, and constantly working on it. Yeah, that's what really.
And I think actually that's one of the biggest difference I see in a regular Alim course class. This like full 6 years going on. That's boarding. Like no matter how good you think you are, or even if you know you're bad. I mean, even if you try, if someone is naturally bad, they say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the Alim course," and if he's boarding there, like the teacher will catch on. Like you can't be if you don't have the nature, you're gonna back like for hour clay. If you go there for 3 hours, so unless you really want to change, I feel like even the teacher won't be able to help you at times because you're going there like for several hours and then you're going right back. So I feel like that connection, I feel like that's one of the biggest things you're gonna realize. That's like from the difference of a typical on course, but in like part-time on course.
It's like therapy. Yeah. Therapy. I'm close to therapy. I'm a
team or something.
Talking about part-time, full-time, I think that's something like people really don't understand. There's different types of like academia programs. There's like the full-time where you're like going there full-time, you're boarding there, sleeping there. You don't like go out in the world. And there's like you can say the hybrid where you like go in like for some hours of the day, and like then you're home there. You go back home, you go to college, work, whatever. And then there's even other programs where it's just completely online, completely virtual. So I was thinking, and like the point is to just try your best to get any type of knowledge. People won't be able to commit to that. 24 hours a day type thing. So the next best man. Stuttering is crazy. The next best option would be like the part time, and then like if you can't if you're too busy for that, then at least to try to do virtual. At least be in the environment, even if it's virtual. At least try to commit. But something I was thinking to add on what you guys were saying earlier, this or kind of like to add on to what you guys were saying earlier, is like what Alim course is not. Is that when you just go, like you're a completely different person. And it's like you still have your life, you still have work, you still have college. It's not like you're gonna start a Alim course and just like be sleeping in the masjid. It's like you're not giving up life. I mean, there are people that do that, but like like when you go like this hybrid format, you still going to Alim course, you're still going. You can get your associates, bachelor's, master's, doctorate. You can still go to college. You can still work, and I feel like that's a misconception. People like that's a big conception when it comes to Alim course, that like you do Alim course and only Alim course. Once you start Islamic studies, like you don't go back. Now I just like think that's a very big misconception that people have when it comes to like gaining Islamic knowledge.
That's facts. But I mean, yeah. So this is just like a disclaimer, because the following videos won't be. I'm not gonna say they're not gonna be on Islamic topics, but they're not gonna be about alim course per se specifically, but it'll be about our experience and our opinions based on us being alim course,
Islamic opinions on certain topics, huh?
something like that. But we'll have to clear it by you first.
Yeah, you got to learn about me first.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I wish I had so much more to say, but it's not coming. I don't know. But I think we're gonna call it a wrap on this one, because
How much minutes we got?
we're good. So, but today we're gonna have someone different give us the quote, and he had time to prep. He was reading all these quotes by Imam Shafi'i and all this, and I promise you by now he doesn't remember none of them.
Come on.
Who's this guy right here? So we're gonna have a go ahead, brother.
You learned it in class, or you told me in class.
I don't remember.
Go ahead, man. We're waiting.
No, because I can't remember.
The suit thing, like be what you suit, something like that.
Slender Man.
No, like suit you.
Can I
something
get
like that.
one pass?
No.
Okay, be who you are. Something
Ford
like
F-150.
that. You said something about suit you.
He's thinking. Give him a second. Okay.
I got you.
Yo, it's crazy.
Spaceship.
Okay, do the Derwish thing.
NASA.
The one that hit you.
Hold
All
on.
right, all right.
Okay, he got it.
It was.
Oh, that's don't look at me. I know,
It was-
mashallah, I'm beautiful. Look
It
at the
was a
camera.
quote by Maulana Rumi,
A bio
and it goes as appear as you are, or act as you appear.
Whoa.
Again,
That's-
again.
Wait,
That-
one more time.
That was deep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Appear as you are, or act as you appear. So I feel like that's pretty deep. Everyone could interpret however they want. I feel like that hit me different.
One more time, say it again.
Appear as you are, or act as you appear.
I need to start acting white. But inshallah, we'll call it this one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.